everyone, welcome to Jackie and Cat Adventures. Today we're going to be making a pork chop casserole. So let's get started. In a pan, you're going to heat up 2 tablespoons of oil. Might be a little more, doesn't matter. Helps if I plug it in.
Her and those plugs.
You'd think I'd learn. Alright, so we're going to heat that up. In a dish, you're going to take 3/4 cup of flour, half a teaspoon of pepper, and 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm just going to use my half teaspoon twice. Okay. Then we're going to mix that together. You're going to need 6 pork chops. I'm only using 4 because it's just the 2 of us, and I don't want to be eating pork chops forever. But it does call for 6. So make sure you mix it really well, because that's where you're getting your seasonings from for the first part of your meat. Alright, let my pan heat up. Now, we're going to dredge the pork chops in this flour mixture, and we're going to brown them. We're not cooking them through, we're going to finish cooking them in the oven, so don't worry if they're not cooked through. We just want to get a nice brown on both sides. I've washed and dried my pork chops. I'm using pork chops with bone in. I find them that they're a little bit more tender. So I'm going to dredge these. Just want to make sure I got all that salt and pepper mixed in there. Alright, and so I'm just going to gently drop them in. Get all the sides. This is a great recipe if you're having company, because you can double, triple it, whatever you need to do. Pan's still not quite hot. I'm going to dredge another one. And don't overcrowd your pan when you're browning. So I'm going to just do 2 at a time, just to make sure that they brown nice and evenly. Okay, I'm going to set these in. And I just have my cooktop on 5. We'll see if I need to lower it. You don't want to start out too hot. Like I said, you don't want to burn these. You just want to brown them, and you don't want to cook them through. And just kind of let them sit in there for a minute. It should take about 3 to 5 minutes on each side, I would say, depending on how hot your pan is. Alright, now I'm going to flip mine. They're nice and brown. You want to come in and take a look at these, Jeff? This is the brownness you're looking for. You're looking for a good crisp on them, okay? Just make sure you don't burn them. Now once they're browned, you're going to place them in a 9x13 pan, ungreased. I'm going to finish up my other 2 and we'll move on. Alright, now we're going to move on to the sauce. You're going to need 2/3 cup of chicken broth. I'm going to pour that in a bowl. We're going to add a ½ cup of sour cream. The recipe calls for a full cup. You're going to use the other half after it bakes. So I'm just using a ½ cup to make sure I get the even amounts. But you can just use a 1 cup and eyeball it if you want. Okay. You're going to need 1 can of cream of mushroom soup. You are going to need a a half a teaspoon of ground ginger. And a quarter teaspoon of rosemary, and you're going to crush rosemary, but you're going to crush it in your hands even more. Let me make sure, yep. Okay, quarter teaspoon. A little rosemary goes a long way, so don't double that on a single recipe. Now, if you're going to add more pork chops, then make sure that you do double the sauce too, okay? Alright, and then we are going to mix this. Now we're going to add our sour cream mixture on top of our pork chops. Alright, once you get that on, we're going to add half of our container of the crispy fried onions. These are the ones that you put on the green bean casserole for Thanksgiving.
My favorite.
Jack loves these. Okay, so I'm just going to sprinkle half this container over. I think my container is a little bit bigger than what they call for, but
okay.
It doesn't matter.
It's perfectly fine with me.
Alright, now you're going to cover this and bake it for 45 to 50 minutes.
Oh, what time?
350.
Alright.
Alright, after your 45 minutes is done, you're going to take your other half of cup of sour cream and you're going to mix it into this gravy, all through the gravy, as best you can. It's hot. The stuff is hot, so it'll mix pretty easy. I'm just kind of doing it in between the pork chops, making sure that I'm mixing in this sour cream really well. Okay. And then we're going to add the rest of our onion rings. Okay, then we're going to put this back in the oven for 10 more minutes, uncovered. Finished pork chop casserole. It smells amazing. I'm going to serve this alongside our sweet potato casserole, so you can look for that recipe on our YouTube channel. It'll be posted in a little bit, so please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and remember, you do you.